So on this choosing your feelings thing, I mean, I get answers like, I get replies like, if you stick your foot in a fire, you can't choose how you feel. Which, okay, first of all, that's munging up emotional feelings with this word feeling applied to direct nerve sensations from nerves designed to, you know, generate pain. So, saying you could choose to feel happy or sad is not going to be exactly the same thing as choosing to feel that you're looking at the color red or not. That might be related and arguable, but you're just going to whatever kind of example you think serves your purpose. Okay. If you stick your own foot in the fire, then you might have to choose between, feeling stupid or I don't know, angry at your mother for not teaching you about flame, or it's going to be the feelings about what you're going through. It's not the choice to feel that physical pain. You don't have a choice not to have charred flesh. It. The other thing is just this idea of choice. Like choosing a feeling would be some really super duper thing compared to other choices, because you can't just choose it. But what can you just choose? You know what I mean? You can, if you have a full glass of water, you can choose to just drink half of it, but you can't choose to drink it twice. No choices are unconstrained in that sense. If that's what we meant by choice, then there's no choice at all. We're talking about a domain in which we have a definition for the word choice, whether it's an illusion or not, right? There's a difference between the experience of a series of events in which we experience a choice and which we don't. Might be just subjective and it's all determined and none of it's real choice, but some of it feels like choice. Okay. Now I'll just tell you, it's not a gimmick it is a gimmick. It's not a philosophy almost. It's just like it can be done. Let's start with what you guys are talking about, where the feelings, you're in a situation, the feelings just come to you. But you don't just have just one feeling. You have a stream of feelings, and often you could say, if I had it all at one moment, it's one feeling, but there's contradictions and things to separate out. And it seems to me we have multiple feelings, and yes, they conflict. They often conflict. That's what emotional turmoil is all about, is that your feelings are conflicting. And you're in there helping to choose where to put the fulcrum and how to pull the levers and where to find the balances. Right? So your main choice in a situation like that is something's happening. You could go, geez, I'm going to be angry and vengeful, or I'm going to take the big picture and just cut my losses, or I'm going to actually be happy because this was funny, or you're going to have multiple feelings that come on their own, but they contradict, and you're going to be able to, say, I'm not going to go with those, and to subtract those out and choose one of them. Or maybe you won't be able to choose. Maybe you're not able to do that, but it is possible. Okay. But of course, in the long run, the more important thing for us is that we can prepare ourselves to have those kinds of ideas. And it's straightforward. If you want to have some option, some choice in a situation that you relive, obviously, or you wouldn't be able to identify it as a kind of situation. So you can recognize, you think some situation, and you want to have some choice in it that you have never had. Well, the way to get that is, when the situation's not going on, is to visualize the situation really clearly, like meditate on it. Just remember it and visualize yourself doing the choice that you would like to have available to you. And whether or not that choice will really come available to you is going to be a function of how realistically you visualize all that. How realistically you visualize the situation, and how realistically you visualize what you do, and you visualize your feelings and how you manage to do it. And if you're really honest, you might find, I can't visualize that. And you'll have to work on being able to visualize it. Or maybe it's something impossible, like, flying wings without even sprouting any. And that's never going to be possible. It can't be. You could even tell yourself that it was realistic, but it wasn't really. Because physics and material reality is the ultimate ruler for what was realistic or not. Right? But that does work. It's that simple. It's very straightforward to do it. That's how choices work. And if you want to look really closely, that's how choices work everywhere else too. Like you're going to choose what color shirt to wear out of the shirts you own. All right, cheers.